In this question here, we want to find two numbers whose sum is 20 and whose product is a maximum. So in these questions where we have to make up our own equation, there's usually two types, an isolating and a substituting equation. So let's write it out. The isolating equation is the one that has an answer. So for example, find two numbers whose sum is 20. That would be my isolating equation. So I'm going to say that x is equal to one number, y is equal to the other number. So my isolating equation would be that x plus y equals 20. The substituting equation comes here. Their product is a maximum. So what that means is that when I multiply x and y together, I get a maximum. Now the reason I call this a substituting equation is you're only allowed one variable. So one variable, either x or y, doesn't matter which one. Let's say here, if I go back to my isolating equation and I isolate for y, so x minus x, y equals 20 minus x. So go back down to my substituting equation and my maximum will be, instead of x times y, it will be x times 20 minus x. So this substituting equation is what I'm going to complete the square for. So before I can do that, let's get rid of my brackets. X times 20, x times x squared, or I'll rewrite it as negative x squared plus 20x. So now I'm going to complete the square there to find my maximum product. So looking at this here, I'm going to take out the number in front, which is a negative 1, and I'm left with x squared minus 20x. So I'm going to complete the square for that. So in my grid, I put my first number here. I take negative 20, and I'm going to split it into two equal pieces. So that'll be negative 10x and negative 10x. So looking at factoring, the GCF along here is x. The GCF along here is x, because x times x gives me x squared. To get negative 10x, this must be a negative 10, because negative 10 times x is negative 10x. And to get this negative 10x, it must be a negative 10, because x times negative 10 is negative 10x. So looking at that, negative 10 times negative 10 is positive 100. So I see that 100 will complete the square. So I add and subtract 100 inside the brackets, remembering that that's just 0. 100 take away 100 is 0. You can add 0 to any equation without changing its value. So what I want to focus on here is my perfect square trinomial, which I know from the grid factors as x minus 10 times x minus 10. So negative 1, x minus 10 all squared. Now I can't forget about the negative 100 in there. I'm going to multiply a times that value and take it outside of the brackets. So negative 1 times negative 100 is positive 100. So positive 100 goes on the outside. So I definitely have a maximum because my a value is negative, meaning that my quadratic or my parabola will open down. Let's state my vertex. My vertex on the inside, horizontal lies, is the opposite, and on the outside it stays as 100. So remember, when you're dealing with vertex, this is what your max or min is. This is when your max or min occurs. So in the context of this question, 100 is the maximum product. And when does it occur? Well, I was dealing with a variable of x. It occurs when x equals 10. So if I know x is equal to 10, let's go back up to my isolating equation. And then I know that y equals 20 minus the x value, which is 10, which is 10. So my other number is also 10. So I go back down here, 10 and 10. So I can say that the two numbers are 10 and 100 is the maximum product.